I was born in India, in Calcutta, growing up in a country where just walking around, it's so green and you're amongst trees and birds and flowers. I felt that was my muse. Nature is my muse. 1970s is when the whole genocide started. My father decided that both my brothers and I were to leave the country. When I came to United States, I came to Columbus College of Art and Design, and that was during the 70s. And the 70s was the era of pop art. And I had absolutely no relationship with it. So I went to New Mexico. I feel connected to New Mexico, that sense of space, that land, the connection of land to sky. That was for me a new beginning where I started looking into what connects me to nature. Why is it that I look at a mountain and I feel something inside of me? I was looking for that connection that I could bring into my work. And I found that in sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is all about the geometrical sequences that you see in all living forms that has been predetermined by a decree. And so that made me also think about who did this, who designed this, And it's got to be a great intelligence that has put all this stuff into order. And that's my connection. The golden spiral became my muse, and it created a framework for me. And so that my work is not just something that I just feel and experience, while I'm working. There is a structure there. For me, it's very important that what I create is a work of beauty. But I'm also looking for the viewer who wants to make connections with life. And I want to slow down the viewer and say, you've got to come up and look at the work, but you also have to go back. So there's constant, interaction between the painting and the viewer. Coming to this country as a refugee, this whole thing about migration, that being cut off, from your roots. I started this TransMigration series. And I use the word trans because it's going beyond. It's not just dealing with migration. It's going beyond all the cultural aspects of what happens, all the spiritual aspects of what happens to a person who can never really cut off this umbilical cord that they have with the country of origin. And then, of course, I went into TransLight, where light becomes a physical presence and is also a symbol of illumination. And then now I'm in TransPlace. The horizontal line is almost becomes a symbol of myself in a way, because I'm working with the horizontal and the vertical. The vertical is that knowledge, or I should say that inspiration that comes to you from above. The horizontal is my presence in this world. And so the horizontal line is, you really see it in my TransPlace series, because I have not been able to cross over into the vertical. I start with a prayer, I ask for this guidance. And as I begin to build the work, the muse guides me. And I don't say it to sound corny anyway, but it guides me, tells me, because the golden spiral is like breathing. It moves out and it moves in. So my action in the painting moves out and moves in. It's a call and response thing. It calls, I respond. I call, it responds. When I call, it's not responding. I know the work is finished.